Hi, you guys. Welcome to More Life, Natural Health, and Wellness. It's your girl, Kendra Moore. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am super excited. I have a special guest on. So I'm doing something a little bit different today. Usually, I do the DIYs, show you guys how to make stuff out of natural solutions, natural ingredients. Today, however, we do have a guest because I ran into this young lady at a farmer's market. You guys know I love farmer's market, coffee shops, all that stuff. And I fell in love with her products. And I know you will too. First, what I want to say is this is an aromatherapy product. And you guys, I always talk to you about the dangers of, or I should say, the hidden dangers in our air at home and how our homes oftentimes can be the most toxic places because, besides all the electricity stuff we have running in our house, some of us use carpet deodorizers, we have plug-ins, we have air sprays, we are burning these candles that are with these artificial scents. And those things over time can disrupt everything from your hormone system. It can affect your mental health. It can affect your respiratory health. So these are things that oftentimes we don't think about. So the solutions, well, we don't think about it, but yet we want to have like an overall healthy, a healthy being. So we have to start having those things in our purview. So for me, what I do, and you guys know this, I talk about this often, there are many solutions out there that you can use. I have a daily routine of when I wake up in the morning to get me going, I'm lighting something or plugging in my essential oil diffuser. So I have my essential oil diffuser here. For essential oils, I have my Palo Santo stick that I love to burn. And then I have like a smudge stick that I use. Some people use this for spiritual purposes. I use it for aromatherapy, a few of those. Now, as I was saying, that what I recently added were these incense cones that I absolutely love from Divine, and I'm going to say it wrong because it's not Essence. Help me out, Ruby.
It's Divine Esseance.
Esseance. Okay, so when you guys say that, it's like, Esseance.
Yes.
And it smells just as divine as it sounds. So I have here with me the creator, the owner of Divine Esseance. I have Miss Ruby here with me. And she is, I have to say, I am so impressed with your products. And when we were at the fair, when I was at the fair, and there were plenty of people out there that had candles and had this and that. And when I got to your booth, I immediately could tell the difference in the quality. So, and even at home, and I'm going to light this now so you guys can check it out. So this is a cone. She has cones, incense, candles. I'll let you tell about the business. But if you're not already familiar, all you do is you take it, you light it for a little bit, and then you let it burn out. And this I find burns for probably about 5-7 minutes or so in terms of it to go all the way down. But what I love about her product is that the scent literally lasts for like over an hour, and your home will smell, and especially with consistent use. So I put mine in here. I have this tin can with some this like decorative sand in here, and I put that in there, and I just let this baby flow. So Ruby, tell us where you are, where you're from. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. So I was born in New Jersey. I'm of Cuban and Italian descent. And I started creating these products more so around, well, let me backtrack. I started with the idea of creating the products during COVID, like the time when we were
Yes.
so cooped up inside of our houses, not knowing what to do. I always am the type of person that likes to know why and how of everything. So I always would buy candles. I always bought incense. I always bought spiritual things and, organic things. But I always wanted to know what really is inside this. So I'm doing my research. I'm watching videos and reading upon some stuff. And then I got to realizing exactly what you were saying earlier, is how much of the things that we use on a daily basis are not really good for us. You know, over time, it builds up in your lungs, it builds up in your AC units, it builds up just in your space, your everything. And it really creates a drastic, it creates something in you that, you know, you may not know. It might just be just that candle that you keep getting all the time with just the, you know, it might be a $5 candle, it might be better on your budget, but over time, it does make a difference. So I started acquiring the knowledge, and little by little, through trial and error, tried my best to make as best of a candle as possible, as best as organic as possible, long lasting, high quality, high performing. So, and then that's how I got up with Divine Esseance.
Yes, I love. And you guys, you can see the smoke like kind of billowing through. It's got a nice slow burn, and her incense are actually hand rolled. Like she literally makes these incense. So talk about what kind of scents do you like, or more like what's the feeling? What's the essence, as you say, behind how you're doing your scents and stuff, because it's so good. Oh, she might have froze on us. All right, I will wait for her to come back. In the meantime, I'm going to give shout outs to some comments here. We have Auntie Deborah in the house. She says, hello, everyone. Love candles. And then we have Jean Kelly. Hey, Mom. Good afternoon, beautiful ladies. And we have Izzy giving a shout out to Auntie Deborah. We have Charles Brakely in the house. What's up, Charles? Please like, love, share, and follow Feel Good Talk. All right, she's going to log back in. So give her a second. Auntie Deborah is a little under the weather today, but just had to stop by. Thank you for stopping by. I pray that you feel better soon. And, let's feel good talk. So the more you stay on this channel, the more you're going to feel good. Charles Brakely also says, also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/@feelgoodtalk. And Izzy also is sending up prayers for you as well, Auntie Deborah. So while we wait for her to get back, like I said, the thing that I loved about her products is that they're very, very long lasting. This is a box of incense that actually I only have one cone left, but don't you worry. I brought another full box. We'll get into the name Esseance. And this comes with, I started burning these too, but it comes with a good amount of incense in it when you first get it. She also, this scent I have is called Dragon's Blood Incense. She also has candles. Her candles are also really, really nice and soothing. One of the things that I want you guys to think about, and I was actually thinking about this speaking with a coworker who was having she's having a really rough time. And, a lot of times our morning routine has a lot to do with how we set our day, how our day is going to go about. And what I have learned is to be very intentional about my morning routine, especially during the week, right? And this, me doing aromatherapy in the morning, that's just, I don't even think about it anymore. I get up, I light, the cone here, or I might do my Palo Santo stick, but I've been going through these cones because they're so good. And then I can start my day. So Ruby, while we were gone,
phone overheated, guys. Sorry.
Okay. No, you're good. The name of the company is Divine Esseance. So tell us how you came up with the name.
So I wanted to do Divine Essence, but when I was doing the LLC, that was already taken, and there's a bunch of other companies already with that name. So I'm already a kind of person that kind of tries to think around the box, where I kind of always mispronounce words, not on purpose. So it just kind of
right.
So I was like, okay, let me see if I can play around with the word essence. And I got the word essence. Seance is basically like a French term of like a gathering of spiritual beings all together for like to make something happen. And that's basically what I kind of look at my products are going to be, you know, kind of want to create a divine essence of organic things inside of your home. So that's kind of really it.
Yeah. Yeah, and she has these incense cones. She has the stick cones that you can also get from her. And then tell us a little bit about your candles, because this is dragon's blood incense. For your candles, what kind of scents do you have for your candles?
So I have more other incense flavors. I have sandalwood that has frankincense in there and Egyptian musk. And those sticks that I roll them, I found that they actually burn for an hour and a half, so much longer than the cones. And that cone that you're burning actually has the dragon's blood powder, but it also has wine in there, so that's what gives it more of a sweeter smell. And then I also have an Amor incense that is a collection towards my Amor candle, and I make that with rose petals. I make that with hibiscus tea and essential oils such as rose, gardenia, and patchouli.
Yeah,
so that gives it more of an uplifting scent. And then I put a little bit of copal in there too to kind of ease out some from all the fruity smells, to give it a little bit more of a grounding smell.
Right.
And then my candles, they're all handmade as well. They're all made with soy wax, so they burn for a very long time. I use hemp beeswax wicks, so that's also much cleaner for you. It's a brighter flame, and it's also a longer lasting flame.
Oh, wow.
So along with the soy and the hemp beeswax, together, they kind of they make you able to have your candle burning for you much longer.
Right. I never heard of a hemp beeswax wicks, so that's pretty cool. So
it prevents much more of tunneling in the candles as well, so you can have more of an even burn.
Okay. What so when you were doing the incense and the candles, can you talk about a little bit, just as entrepreneurs out there who are trying to create, especially the creatives out there, what did you find, like how was the process in learning how to make these products and combining the scents, till you got what really hit right? Like how did you know when you came out with the scent, like, ooh, this is the one? Yeah, this is it.
So it takes a lot of trial and error and patience, especially with the incense. I've got to say that probably took the longest than the candles. The candles, I just went going back on YouTube, kind of like a mad scientist, like, this didn't work, back to the drawing board.
Right.
So there's like a lot of temperatures you gotta be wary of. There's some scents they don't mix, and even some brands don't mix. I noticed if you mix this brand with this brand, and it just completely gives a whole different scent. You might be going for this, and it completely smells like completely something else,
Right.
But with the incense, it really the ratio really matters. There's a lot more. It's a lot more than just smelling this and putting it together. It involves a lot of like adding up, okay, around this much, let's say use 0.35 or an ounce of this. You have to make sure it all matches. You can't go overboard on water, because there's water in the incense as well. It takes about 3 days for those to dry. So it's a whole process.
Oh, wow.
You just got to be patient with yourself, and then they come out.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that you just described that, because a lot of times we buy stuff, but we don't really understand what's really, goes into it. And I'm just thinking, like, wow, 3 days, for it to dry before you can even like put it all together. So that's very impressive for you to want to stick with something, because a lot of times we want to like that immediate gratification. So and I'm telling you, it is so worth it. So for the candles, So you described your incense, you described your candles. Um, when people are burning the candles, what kind of feeling? You described what was in it, but like the overall smell, like is it like a more of a woodsy smell? Is it like an airy? Like how would you describe the smell? Since we don't have smell-o-vision, you gotta
Right.
describe it.
Well, for which candle are you
You can just say the ones that you have so
for
people
each
get a
one?
sense. Hmm.
Okay, so for now I have about 6 signature scents, and
Oh, wow.
as I'm growing, I want to kind of listen more to what the people they tell me and kind of work on making that my own unique blend. But for now, I'll start with my Amore candle. My Amore candle is gardenia, rose, and patchouli. So that's like, patchouli already has its own little secret vibe to it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like an aphrodisiac, a mood uplifter. So whether it's for self love, whether it's for the bedroom,
Right.
whatever it may be, it's definitely an uplifting, sweet, sensual smell. If I can describe it in any kind of way, which is why I have on the picture why it's even called Amore. Um, there's a picture of like a vintage mirror because I chose the vintage mirror on purpose because vintage obviously goes way back. It's
Right.
not modern. And the mirror itself is basically like the oldest tale of time is you have to love yourself before you can love anybody.
Mm.
So I put them more inside of the vintage mirror for that sole purpose of whether it is you are trying to uplift in the bedroom or whatever, or it's in your bathroom or whatever the case may be, you have to really center yourself in that love so that way you can even be able to provide it in your
Yeah.
space, in your whatever it is you're trying to do. So that's what that candle is more so about. The Purify candle is another one of my favorites. Is this blend I make with beeswax and soy wax.
Okay.
So that's another ratio that I use that is um, also long lasting because beeswax itself takes a very long time for it to burn, so it's much slower along with the soy wax.
Right.
And there's a formula to that it kind of sends off. Now I may have it a little bit mixed up, but it's either got positive ions or negative ions, but it's sending out one of them while you're receiving the negative ions.
The
And
negative.
what it does is it
Negative.
cancels out. It eliminates any kind of dust or pollen or airborne bacteria. Going back to what you were talking about, within your space, you may not realize.
Right.
And even if it didn't have a scent, it's already doing that for you. You know,
And that one's the witch candle. I'm trying to pull up your website so I can type it in
it's
as
the
people.
Purify, so it's in an amber jar with kind of like little eucalyptuses around it. The scent has camphor, eucalyptus, and rosemary. So those herbs
Ooh.
alone are also very
Yeah.
purifying and cleansing, relaxing. So that's a good one that a lot of people like as well. A lot of people say that if I could put the best description for it, everyone says that it reminds them of Vicks.
A
So
Vicks. Yeah,
it's
which
the
is
Vicks candle.
great for your respiratory system. And
Yes.
I want to stop real quick on what you said about the ions because yeah, you're right. It'll be the negative ions are actually good for us. So
Mm-hmm.
and the positives and you guys, when we think about aromatherapy, right, we're thinking about the smell, but it does impact the atmosphere, like scientifically, physically. So when we have all of these items around us that are plugged in, right, our microwaves, our coffee makers, our refrigerators, what else we have? Our computers, TVs, cell phones.
Phones.
Yep, cell phones. All of these things are producing positive ions in the air. And those ions, even though they're positive, they are not healthy for us in mass doses that we have every day, all day. So you get something like her candle and you burn it, that's introducing negative ions in the air. And that negative ions is latching onto the positive ions and it's kind of like, yeah, like destroying it. So
Yep.
automatically your air is clean. And that's when people And you guys know I'm not into some spiritual things, but when you hear, a lot of times you hear people say, you know, this crystal or this, it eliminates negative energy. That's really what they're talking about, because
Right.
you can actually, over time, you can actually feel that. Like I have here, even like a salt lamp, you know, salt lamps do the same type of thing. So again, think of when you run across a quality product like Ruby's product, Divine Essence, like I said, I recognized right away that it was really high quality. And as I started talking to her, I was like, whoa, like she's really, you know, doing something for the spirit, but also for the body, you know, which is awesome. So I interrupted you because I just wanted to put that up there. But so go ahead. Oh, tell me your website so I can post it in here while you're talking.
It's divineescience.com.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I'm going to put this in here, you guys, while she continues to describe the candles. And while she's talking, go ahead and check out the website if you can without jumping off the show.
Yeah. And it
But
still
if not,
works, but at least
yeah.
you can at least, it'll do the main focus. So you can see the product, read a little bit about it, and if you wanted to purchase it, it's available for purchase.
There we go. So we have that in here. And then let me get to some comments real quick while you do this. So we have William Bird says that I love sandalwood and frankincense. We have Amy in the house. Good afternoon, Feel Good Talk family. Good afternoon. Amy, nice to see you back up and around. William Bird says, please like, share, and subscribe to Feel Good Talk. We have Charles Brakely. He says, I make soaps and it takes a whole month before you can use
Yes,
it.
the curate.
Like, that
That's
is
another thing I wanted to get into is soaps. And when I saw, props to people that make soaps, because that is the ultimate patience.
yeah. I could not do it. I'm like, here's my money.
Yeah.
So William Bird says, this is great info. We've recently been reintroduced to the holistic and therapeutic side to candles and incense. Yes. And the thing is, you guys, if you're looking for something that is therapeutic, you have to get something that is not made with artificial scents. And the artificial scents I'm thinking about, for example, apple, banana, these scents that are like made after like colognes oftentimes are can use these artificial scents. And the dangers in that is that when you see something and it's like a fragrance, that one word fragrance can contain literally hundreds to thousands of chemicals in that fragrance. So on the label, you'll only see fragrance, but that represents a whole lot that we're not aware of because the companies say the information is proprietary, so they don't give it out. We have Izzy Meditate says great info. So my point is check out her website if you're looking for something that is more therapeutic. Counterbalancing. So that's when we were talking about the negative and the positive ions. So thank you, William Bird. And then we have me. I just typed that in there. Divine Esseance. So it's ESSEANCE.com. All right. So you guys check that out. Go on there. I'll put also her link on the post after we're done. William Bird says, are stones and minerals another way to introduce negative ions? Yes, they are. There's the black stone. I'm going to say it wrong.
Black tourmaline.
Yes, black tourmaline.
Yes.
If you can find that stone is really great at that. As a matter of fact, I brought David a black tourmaline bracelet because you know how teenagers, they're always on the phone and he's always gaming. So I'm like, dude, wear this bracelet. You know, if I could, I would dump like a whole bag of stones in his room.
All of it, huh?
Yeah. But yeah, so there are stones and minerals that actually introduce that. All right, I want you to go ahead before I have some more comments. Oh, wait, before we do that, he asked to spell it. So it's black, Tourmaline, I think. Is that right, Ruby?
RMLALINE. Yep.
Okay,
But to go
so
back
that's
on what you're saying, the stones and how it works with the same thing. I also use some of those stones inside when I'm planting because of the energy that it also holds, like right by the root. So some of my candles, I actually put some of the stones in them as well because of it does the same effect. So I put it usually right for decoration purposes.
Yeah.
Also with the flame and the scent, it also kind of enhances what that counterbalancing effect.
Oh, very cool. I've not heard that before. So that's really cool. William Bird says, "Thank you. You're welcome." You can even buy like just separate stones. I'm actually looking for a group of separate stones just to kind of have next to my computer as well. All right, so we started talking a whole lot after you talked about that one. So what other candles? Tell us a little bit more about your candles.
So the next one is the lemongrass. That
Ooh,
one is,
love
I
lemongrass.
keep saying, oh, this one's my favorite. No, the lemongrass is definitely my number one favorite. That's the one I burn all over my house because it smells a lot like lemon, but lemongrass is very centering, is really good for meditation. It's very good for relaxing. I don't know, but about you or anyone, but I can be very restless. I always feel like I need to be doing something, need to be productive. My thoughts are always chasing to the next one and the next one. And the great thing about aromatherapy is that it hits your brain a certain way where it brings out different effects in you.
Right.
So for me, lemongrass, it kind of calms me down. It makes me, okay, I'm here right now. I said I was going to do this. So this is what I'm going to do, and it just fills my whole workspace area or my living room, where those are the two places where I would want to be most centered.
Right.
And I only use lemongrass in that candle. I don't mix any other oil. It's not. It's just mainly lemongrass, and it's the pure therapeutic grade lemongrass. And I put a little bit of lemongrass herbs on top to enhance even more the smell when you burn it. So as you're burning the herbs, you're also burning the candle. So that's the lemongrass candle. And what's my next one? I've got the relax. The relax candle is, so now I want to also, this was another thing I wanted to touch upon. Most of my candles have essential oils, therapeutic essential oils, because you can even buy essential oils that are not even essential oils.
Right.
If you look
Yeah.
at the label, if they don't say pure therapeutic essential oil, it's not. It's a fragrance oil.
Right.
So there are some fragrance oils that I do use in the candles, but I make sure for them to be a higher grade fragrance oil.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still not 100% clean, but it's much cleaner than if you were to buy maybe a big tub of a cheaper fragrance oil, which would have a lot more chemicals for it to be more expensive. So with the Relax candle is one of the candles that I would have that fragrance oil. I have lilac in
Ooh.
there and
Nice.
fragrance that smells like rain, so it's much more calming. Together, I think that was the lady that was with you.
Yes.
You bought the Relax candle.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's another candle where I also put the stones, the healing stones in there. I have turquoise in there, which for years everybody knows turquoise to be a relaxing stone. And I have amethyst on there as well. And I chose the color blue because blue is more of the relaxing colors out of the spectrum of colors.
Right.
So that's the relaxed candle. And then I have macchiato. That's
Ooh.
smells like Starbucks.
My,
Donuts.
one of my favorite places.
Yeah. So when you need that uplifting smell to wake you up, you take the macchiato candle and you light it in your kitchen. And I put some coffee beans on there also as well to give it an extra coffee boost.
Nice.
I vanilla essential oil in there so it's not so strong, like like you're literally putting your head inside of a bucket of coffee beans.
Right. Right.
And the smell of coffee, going back to aromatherapy, is it's very good. It hits the spot of your brain also where Instead, if you walk into a coffee shop, I don't know if you can remember, but you're more awakened. Your senses are more awakened. It drives your focus much better. That's why when you walk sometimes in Starbucks, you see people on their laptops, they're studying, they're working, or they're doing
Me.
something that needs to work. So you're
Right.
able to focus more, make a decision faster with the smell of coffee. According to my uncles, they say they don't even have to drink coffee when they light my candle.
Oh wow. I may
So,
have to try that one because you're right. And I didn't really put that connection together, but I'm a big work from a cafe person, at least like once, twice a week. And I always tell people, I'm like, man, I don't know why. Like when I'm there and I'm like, okay, I'm working on this project, no meetings. I really need to focus. I go to a coffee shop. I can just like 2 hours, like easy. Yeah, and I didn't really make that connection with the smell and the impact on, how it helps you to focus. So, yeah, that's cool.
and then I had a Thanksgiving candle, where it's pumpkin and cinnamon essential oils. And I sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon on top as well. Again, to give it that extra boost when you first light it. And that's really just for Thanksgiving. Like I have holiday edition candles for Christmas. I had my little Christmas candles as well. Try and incorporate those smells for everything. Valentine's Day is basically the Amor candle.
Right, right, right. I love your variety, first of all. It seems like you have something for everyone, whether or
Yeah,
not, if you want to meditate, if you want to energize, if you want, like you said, love yourself or love someone else, if you need focus and relaxation, like you have something out there. And I don't know if it wasn't there at the booth, but I didn't realize you have like this huge selection.
yeah.
Um, so that's good.
And I think I have two more candles. I have the lavender and I have the prosperity. So lavender is pure, just like the lemongrass, straight lavender, pure therapeutic, and so there's really not much to say with that. Everybody knows what lavender is.
Yeah.
It's very relaxing, very stress relieving, um, very good for helping you. It's scientifically proven that it can help you with sleep, insomnia. Um,
Mhm.
so that's a great candle if that's what you want to promote more of in your life. For anybody that has trouble sleeping or relaxing, that's a great candle to have. Um, and the prosperity candle is a mixture of sweet orange, clove, cinnamon, and patchouli. So
Ooh.
this candle is very uplifting. Between the patchouli, between the orange, any citrus kind of smell is always going to activate your senses. And clove and cinnamon, those are very warm scents. So by putting them all together, what it does is it kind of makes you more energized to go out there, and the confidence to for whatever it is that you're trying to do, whether it is you're an entrepreneur or you're going to make some sales. You got to be energized to be able to make sales. You got to be energized to make money. You got to be energized to go out there and get what it is that you want. So all those smells are going to give you that little extra bit of energy.
I love that you named that prosperity. That's really cool. I love that. Let's see a few more comments because we got a lot of people talking, so that's good. Charles Brakely says, I received a beeswax candle as a gift, and it was a big difference compared to the wax candles, so the regular wax candles. I didn't, yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. And then he also says, beeswax definitely burns much slower than wax, and the smell lasts longer.
It definitely does.
Let's see. So we spelled the black tourmaline. So you guys, that's the stone that can help reduce the positive ions in the atmosphere. We have Tyrone Ricks is in the house. What's up, Ty? Good afternoon, my Feel Good Talk family. Gives me and Charles Brakely a shout out. Let's see. We also have Brother Sean Browder was in the house. And then William Bird says, wow, you ladies know your stuff. Yes. Yes, Hunty, we do.
Yeah.
That's, you know what? It's so cool when you run on someone, and I'm sure you guys experience this, whatever profession that you're in. You know, almost immediately when you're talking to somebody that you kind of connect and you know, like, oh, they know what they're talking about. You know, they're operating at a certain level, where I'm at. So I recognize that right away. And I am not disappointed. Go, Ruby.
Very.
um, yes. Charles Brakely says pure knowledge, love it. And then he says, someone say Dunkin' Donuts. No, Charles, we said
We
Starbucks.
said
Okay.
macchiato.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. We said Starbucks, not Dunkin' Donuts. Okay. We're not doing that. Um, So we have someone says coffee versus, and I don't know what that symbol is. That's going to take some getting used to.
Yeah,
So
I agree. Definitely not direct, but
okay. We have Jean Kelly says great information. I'm definitely going to order some candles. Yeah, she loves candles. She loves candles.
awesome.
So that's awesome. Um, It's not definite. Okay, they're having a whole side conversation here. We have Mr. Dickerson says good morning. Good morning
Good
to you.
morning. Well,
Thank you.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I think he's out in Vegas. I don't know what time it is in Vegas. But all right. Oh, he said it's a candle. Okay. Oh, coffee versus a candle. That's gonna
Yeah.
take some getting used to. Okay, I got you. I'm with you. All right. So again, you guys, check out her show. You know what I love about our conversation is clearly you can see that she knows what she's talking about. She cares about the quality that goes in to the product, which means that that's a healthier, more quality product for you when you get it on your side. She talked about the process that it takes, so you know that she's not rushing, just trying to throw stuff out the door. She's really doing it in a way that really I would say is divine, like divine essence. She's really doing it in a quality way. So, it's not too many really quality products out there, especially when it comes to aromatherapy. You have to be careful because, like she said, even though it says essential oil on the bottle, technically a product can contain 2% of essential oil and the rest of it be some kind of filler oil or some kind of fragrance oil, and they legally can put essential oil on the bottle. So you do have to be really careful when we're picking up products. I don't know if you recall last year, as a matter of fact, Walmart had a aromatherapy spray. It had some rocks at the bottom of the spray, and two people actually died from using the spray because what happened was there was bacterial growth on the stones. Well, they said they don't know if it was from the stone or from the liquid in the water. And people sprayed it and got sick from this mold bacteria that came out of it. So, my job, as you know, is whenever I find something that's really high quality that I personally feel can that'll benefit your overall health and wellness, I want to let you guys know about it. So Divine Esseance, what is next for you? Do you have any new products coming out? Do you have any new ventures? Or you can just let us know as we wrap up, where do you see yourself headed with this, with your company? Because I think you're still fairly,
No.
fairly new, which is even more impressive. But so where would you like to be in like 5-6 years from now?
So I definitely have a lot more products that are in mind that I want to make. Definitely much more candles, scents. Like I want to come out with a frankincense candle. I want to come out with a more energizing candle. I love anything citrus, so much more, orange in there. Kind of listening to the public when I go to the farmers markets. I'm listening to what people say. Oh, you should have a candle of this, candle of this. So I want to hit every kind of target of people out there, so that way you may not like these three scents, but there's got to be a scent here for you. You know, don't want it to be too much of variety because then people just get overwhelmed. But little by little, come out with more of a quality over a quantity of products. And where I want to take it is, for now, local. I want really people to understand more about the products instead of just making the quick sale. That's really more so what it's about for me. And once people know the product, I definitely want to move. I have a vision for it being much bigger, not just an LLC, not just a local shop. I'd be happy with being a local shop as long as I'm making a difference. That's really the main cause. But if it can grow to something as big as, I believe the sky's the limit. It can go from an LLC to a corporation. It could be just as big as Bath and Body Works, where we can actually really put, because in every home there is a candle, regardless of what. You use birthday candle, you use candle for anything. So if you can have a good quality candle, and if it could definitely be Divine Essence's candle, I'd be honored. And just much bigger, have actually employees, have people helping with making these candles, make more online sales, have a bigger storefront. So literally always progressing forward and forward and forward until you never know where it could go. But that's definitely the goal, is to keep growing.
Yeah, and you definitely will. Like I said, I love your products, but then I love the heart behind it. So you have the heart behind it, and that's something I think a lot of people will support. And William Byrd says it best. You nailed it, Kendra. Divine Esseance. So yes, so I want you guys to right now we're getting ready to log off. But right now, I want you to go, as soon as we log off, go check out her website. So I'm putting it in one more time, and ESSEANCE. All right, let's make sure that's it. There. All right, so I'll have the link at the top of the post as well. So that way you can click on it, go right, think about everything that she said, what you feel like you need emotionally, physically, and try it. I have to say, again, I have the cone. I love these. And honestly, I'm not even going to lie. Even if I just set these out with the box open, you can smell it. So it's really great scent. She has the incense sticks, and she has all the variety of candles that she described. So go check it out. William Byrd says, great show. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Ruby, for coming on.
No, thank you for having me.
Yes, anytime. And when you get those new scents, if you have any, new things that come out, just let us know.
Definitely.
Let me know, and I will be happy to have you on. William Byrd says, Kendra approved. That's right. Gets my approval stamp on there for sure. All right, you guys, love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have a new show coming on today. Make sure you tune in. I believe I'm checking our website. You'll see it on the website. I think it's at 4 or 4:30. You've seen her before. She was a guest on our show. She's today. Oh, wait. Was that Saturday? Sunday. Oh, Sunday. So it is today. She's coming on every other Sunday at 4:30, and she does makeup and skincare. So join her. Her name is Megan. So just in a couple of hours. So that gives you enough time to jump, look at Ruby's website, order your candle and your incense, grab something to drink, have your lunch, and then come back at 4:30 and check out The Right Touch with Megan. That is our new skincare makeup show coming Monday. All right, guys, I will see you next Sunday. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Ruby.
Thank you. Have a great day.